We have.
Okay.
We just put this down. So it's like over 87 and 11. Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yep.
Good evening. I'd like to call our council meeting for June 23rd to order. Could I have a mover and a seconder?
Moved by Councillor Corbett, seconded by Councillor McInnes, that this meeting be opened at 7 p.m.
All in favor? Carried. And next we have the adoption of the agenda, and we need a mover and a seconder again.
Moved by Councillor Clark, seconded by Councillor Corbett, that the agenda presented to council and dated the 23rd day of June 2026 be adopted as presented.
All in favor? Carried. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Hearing none, we can. Did I miss the adoption for the
Nope.
previous minute? Oh no, here it's in there. Number 4, can I have a mover and a seconder?
Moved by Councillor McInnes, seconded by Councillor Clark, that the minutes of the regular council meeting of June 9th, 2026 be adopted as circulated.
All in favor? Carried. Any presentations and delegations?
None for this evening.
Any question period?
No questions were submitted.
Okay. Our staff reports, we have none.
None for this evening.
Oops, did I skip them?
Adoption committee meetings.
Okay, next we have the adoption of committee minutes and motions. And there was none for the recreation?
None for the recreation.
Okay. I would just like to make a comment to the Recreation Committee. I've been looking at, and I believe it, the credit goes there and to the staff. I've been looking at the Facebook on Canada Day, and you guys all know that's right on.
Yeah.
I love Canada Day, and I see so much going on, and you just get excited looking on Facebook, and this is happening and that's happening. I'm out trying to sell some duck tickets because at work I talked about them, and they said, bring in some duck tickets. They're all buying them at work today.
Right.
So looking forward, I like to see that duck races and the music and everything. So I have to say thank you to the staff and the Recreation Committee and anyone that has helped with it. So next we have the Committee of Adjustments. I need a mover and a seconder.
Moved by Councillor Clark, seconded by Councillor Corbett. Whereas the Committee of Adjustments recommends to Council that the proposed technical amendment to consent application reference B6 2026 Woods, which proposes a severance to create 2 new lots on lands legally described as Bonfield Concession 6E Part Lot 5 RP 36R 11219 Part Parcel 1, Parcel 5205 Nipissing, be approved. Be it hereby resolved that Council approves this recommendation along with the conditions and notes as set out on the attached decision of approval authority form.
All in favor? Carried. And we have the form to sign.
Okay.
Okay, and I just wanted to mention and to recognize our planner, in our planning department, Simon Bakley, who completed completed actually 2 AMCTO courses in planning and land use law. Congratulations to Simon. This is another example of staff's committed to excellence and delivering high-quality customer services.
Good
So
job.
thank you to Simon.
Mhm.
Next, we're into the corporate services meeting, and we have our first motion. I need a mover and a seconder.
Moved by Counselor Corbett, seconded by Counselor McInnes. Whereas the Corporate Services Committee received the draft procurement bylaw as presented and recommends it be approved by council at the next regular meeting, be it hereby resolved that council approves of this recommendation.
All in favor? Carried. Now, next we have the bylaw govern the proceedings of council for the Township of Bonnfield, and I need a mover and a seconder.
Moved by Counselor Clark, seconded by Counselor Corbett. Whereas the Corporate Services Committee received the draft procedural bylaw, and further that notice be given at the next regular council meeting for intent to amend the bylaw at the July 14th, 2026 meeting, be it hereby resolved that council approves of this recommendation.
All in favor? Carried. And then, oh, this is all in the corporate services, right?
Mhm.
And then next we have another motion from the corporate services, a mover and a seconder.
Moved by Counselor McInnes, seconded by Counselor Corbett. Whereas the Corporate Services Committee received the report from the Public Works Manager regarding the replacement of the 2017 Chevrolet, and further that the committee recommends to council to purchase a new 2500 Chevrolet gas with slip tank for a total budget of $80,000 through an invitational quote process, and further that the funds for the purchase be taken from any 2026 operating surplus and/or the Strategic Priorities Reserve Asset Management. Be it hereby resolved that council approves of this recommendation.
All in favor? Carried. And next we have the motion for the administrative monetary penalties bylaw. Mover and a seconder.
Moved by Counselor Corbett, seconded by Counselor Clark. Whereas the Corporate Services Committee received the draft administrative monetary penalties bylaw as presented, and further that the committee recommends to council to adopt the bylaw as presented. Be it hereby resolved that council approves of this recommendation.
Any questions? No?
Yeah, I just, well, no, it's more of a comment than a question. I mean,
Okay, I appreciate that.
yeah, I mean, if anybody's wondering, all this was discussed at corporate services in great detail. So it's just kind of going through council.
Yeah,
That's why there's not much conversation on it, as we had all the conversation in corporate services.
Okay, and I'm going to comment on that for a minute. I have a bit of concern, and I understand we talked about it, but I think that it's up to staff to relay the message with regards to this bylaw. You know, if anybody calls, what is the bylaw? What's the meaning, and what do we have to do? I'd like to ensure that people understand. Even myself listening to it, I thought I might be doing something wrong here, and I don't, like say a little kid lets a cat out and somebody's taken it away. Well, you want to be sure that the people are educated and they understand it. That's all I ask.
Yeah, and I think in corporate services, it was said education's always first, then.
Yeah. And they're going to get it from
Yeah,
the people will get it from the staff.
yeah, firsthand.
Yeah,
I think that's a great
yeah.
point.
I
Yeah.
don't think that this is meant for those one-offs, mistakes, when you do something, or if you didn't know, and then we would educate, and now you know. So, it's more sometimes for those chronic cases.
Okay. So all in favor? Carried. Next, we have, I need a mover and seconder for the fire permit and fees bylaw.
Moved by Counselor Clark, seconded by Counselor McInnes. Whereas the Corporate Services Committee received the draft bylaw to amend bylaws 2025-25 and 2025-27 related to brush and windrow fires, and further that the committee recommends council adopt the bylaw as presented, be it hereby resolved that council approves of this recommendation.
All in favor? Carried. Items for council discussion. Mover and a seconder, please.
Moved by Counselor McInnes, seconded by Counselor Clark, that the council for the Township of Bonnfield thank the province of Ontario for the funds reimbursed through the municipal disaster recovery funds, and further that those funds be recorded in the emergency contingencies reserve, and further that the treasurer be authorized to invest the fund in the GIC.
Any comments?
I mean, that was fantastic. Yeah, no,
I
it's good
think
to put,
everybody's smiling.
yeah, and it's good that we're gonna put it in the GIC to,
Make more.
yeah. We wanted good news, there it was.
There's some good news tonight. All in favor? Carried. My best news is Canada Day.
We're all excited to go
Go
Canada.
back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so could we have a motion to accept the correspondence, please?
Sorry,
So I'd like B, D, and G.
sorry, we're, item
Nope.
9B.
Oh,
9B?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. So there's a special event inquiry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Are you?
We don't have a,
Don't you?
no, we don't have a resolution prepared for this because we didn't know it.
Okay.
So she's giving me the papers that we can pass a resolution.
Okay, do you wanna give a quick briefing so that everybody knows what we're talking about?
Sure, absolutely. So we had a resident who submitted in a letter, to ask for, I guess, an exemption from our trailer bylaw or an addition to our trailer bylaw. They use their property once a weekend, with a family gathering.
Once a
and-
year. Once a year.
Sorry.
One
thank you.
weekend,
Once a
yeah.
weekend. Maybe I just. So they use it once a year, and a family and friends come and they use their property. And they all have trailers. They rent porta potties in order for this, family celebration to occur. Our bylaw for trailers on vacant rural land, so if this property does qualify for a license because it's a vacant rural land. But you have to have a primary at $600 a year, for that primary, and then you can have an additional 3 trailers on the property for $10 each on those additional. So they're just looking for, they don't have they don't leave a trailer on the property full time. Again, it's just this one weekend a year. So they're looking to see, if there's a way to create a fee for that and to, allow an exemption in the bylaw.
comment.
I don't have a problem with the one time a year. I think that that's a reasonable request. How do we ensure that it's one time a year? I mean, I'm also okay to go on the honor system too. I think that, this person has come forward. I'm sure this is what they do. Do we know how many trailers?
I'm keeping, I don't believe.
I don't think it said.
It doesn't say how many.
Yeah.
And
So
then do
they're
we know
looking
how
for a
big their
special
property
event.
is too, right? So I think the two things are how many trailers and how big is your property would be my two
Is it-
questions.
Okay,
It's a large piece of land.
it is. It's a large piece of land.
Okay,
Yeah, my thoughts are, I think we missed this in the bylaw, to be honest. I think that this is a portion that we should have tried to put in there, so I appreciate Ms. Lozon bringing it
Mhm.
forward, and Mr. Savage. I think, to be honest, I'm trying to figure out the once a year, like Donna, I have no problem with. And quite frankly, I'm not even worried about a fee. I want them to register it. I want to know about it. And then maybe if you like, your first one's free, everyone after that to a maximum of 3 more is $200 each or something. Because at some point, then it's starting to actually utilize like the landfill more consistently in the summer or the roads more consistently. A one-time event with porta potties, like this is exactly how we would hope somebody is going to enjoy their property and use their property. So very responsibly, I think it's a well-written letter. So I want to strike a balance to not everything needs to feel like, there's a fee. I would like to know, but especially for that one-time use, it's if you repeat that use 3 more, like
Yes.
over and over and over again, then we need a fee structure because we're going against the principle of you're using your property as your vacant property as a summer
Vacation.
home, right? So, yeah.
What are you thinking, Dan?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's once a year and it's a family get together. I mean, that's why people have properties like
Yes,
this.
I love the idea.
I'm good with that. I'm just wondering, like you, if there's something that they would come in and you just give them some kind of a authorization that this is, that it's for a special event and there's
this
nothing
day.
wrong with having the families together and
No.
enjoying our community. So I can certainly, I would agree, and I'd like you guys to figure out something that's going to allow that.
I think you could just laminate it like you do for severance or whatever. Just laminate a piece of and put it up by the road so everybody, so no one's calling the office saying there's big, it's.
In here, she's asking if there's a special event permit, so we could just create that special
Sure.
event permit and then issue it for just the days that are required for the special
Yeah, it
event,
was 3 days, right?
right? And then they're using it very responsibly. I mean, our concerns were the use of the land and where some of
And where's the
effluent
septic going? Yeah.
So they answer all the questions. They tick all the boxes. I think it's fantastic. Would we want to add something like this into the bylaw? And amend the bylaw to allow for some family celebration events, or do we want
I
to put
think
that
so.
in there?
I think so, because I think if
We
somebody's gonna
missed
read
it.
that bylaw, I think that it should speak to, we do encourage this kind of use of your property, like.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay. And then when you were speaking, if you repeat it over and over and over, do you mean in the same year? So do you want to cap it
Correct.
at like one
One
a year?
1 a year.
And then
It's
you-
2,
one
if I do the
free.
math, yeah, 1 free.
Yeah.
And then if you go, like it's a maximum of, I don't know, 2 more and it's $250 each after that, or it's 3 at $200. I don't know how that math works out. We got to figure out, right? So it's something like that. So
Well,
you
yeah.
could, so 3 times a year is, if it's only weekends, like that's almost half the summer if you're looking at July and August. So,
But it's also more economical to just buy the $600 pass then.
right,
Right,
that's
So
what I want to make
kind
it.
of what I-
Absolutely,
right,
for sure.
Right.
But I think if there's 3 times, let them use it 3 times.
No, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Let
No.
them, because it could be July, August, and September.
Yeah, I think.
All the
Maybe
long
Thanksgiving.
weekends.
Maybe Thanksgiving. Like, I think that the first one should be free, because like, let's encourage
Sure.
that. I think that there should be a fee, only to make it fair to those trailers that are
Who
using
got
it,
licenses.
who have licenses at $600.
But they're on there using it, they're not just using it once a month, they're using it every day of the
But we
month,
don't
right?
know that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And I'm not saying we need to charge a ton, I'm just trying to find that balance that we're not gonna get those trailer owners that are paying the $600 coming back and going, well, You know, how's that fair to us if we
Right.
have to pay $600?
And
right?
I think we just kind of, in my mind, I think we just leave it at that once, the free once for one weekend of the
Yeah.
year. Then the trail, people that have bought licenses aren't coming back and upset, and rightfully so.
But it's the people's property and they're gonna keep it clean. There's not gonna be any worries about that. And like,
Yeah.
I can certainly support that because it's good to have your family here. The more
Yeah.
people you have in here use our community and use our businesses and that sort of thing. So
So I'll be honest, I'm not hung up on the fee. I just have to figure out in my mind, how many times a year can they do that before they actually have to get a seasonal license. Right? So,
well, if it's only the weekend, so it would be a weekend pass, right? So say they decided to leave their trailer there until another couple of weeks or something. So then that's different.
okay, so if they take the trailer on and off,
Yeah,
so on Sunday, there's no more trailers on that property.
yeah.
If they
It's
come
just,
back a few weeks later,
it's just a weekend pass. And would you allow 3 weekend passes
Yeah.
a year?
I'm fine with that, especially if they're removing their trailer in between, because that's
Yeah,
how
if the
it's
trailer
fair.
leaves, if the trailer leaves in between,
Yeah.
3 weekend passes
Yeah.
are fine.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
then no fee to that, and that makes sense to me, and I think that's defendable too. If you want to leave your trailer there all summer, well, quite frankly,
That's
all
a
year,
different story.
that's a different
yeah.
story because we then assume you're using it as a summer home,
But
or we have no choice,
again,
right?
I mean, if you're just there for the weekend, your trailer's
Yes.
holding tank would be fine, but
Yep.
you know, but they're getting porta potties, like
Yeah, that's even
they're
more
doing it
important.
right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with it, especially because if they're removing their trailers on Sundays, we can only assume they're going and emptying out and doing all the
Right.
responsible things for waste management, right? That's good. I like that.
Good with that? Do we need anything?
I believe she's just writing up a motion.
So what
Okay.
you need is a moment for Nikki to finish her.
I kind of kept, I can keep going.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Good conversation.
I can read the name.
Can I read it before you guys do all the movements? I
Oh,
can
yeah,
show you. So this is just with this letter, but that the property known as 425 Rutherglen Line be granted a special weekend permit for a family celebration for the weekend of August 14th, 2026, with multiple trailers on site.
At no cost.
Well, and I guess, are you gonna add the Porta Johns? I know they said it, but
I don't,
Provided, like,
I mean, if everybody's bringing their own trailer and it's good, they're all gone on Sunday, the principle of they're gonna take all their waste with them. I don't think they're gonna be letting out their waste onto Julie and Randy's property. God, I hope not. That'd be disrespectful.
thanks for the great.
Yeah, thanks for a great weekend. Oh,
Clean up their own yard, right?
I think that the porta potties is important. I mean, she said it in here, so we
Yes,
can
I
just
think
say that
we
it's
should
in
add
there.
it.
But even on that family celebration, I mean, part of what we witnessed in creating the trailer bylaw was that people would just keep their trailer on their property and then go and dump in the ditch. So even if it is just a weekend, they're still getting rid of it unsanitary.
Yeah,
So
so
we
if you have-
should say that if there's going to be these special permits, they should have porta potty, depending on the number.
Well, but not if they're not keeping their property on their trailer, like if come Monday, there's no trailer on that property because they brought it home,
Mhm.
because that's my
but-
understanding of what this looks like.
When you have a large volume of people, you should have a porta potty.
Sure.
They come back and pick it up though.
Yes,
The
yeah, yeah.
people
Yeah,
come.
Yep.
I'm
the
fine with
owner,
that. I just,
so
like,
it's fine.
I kind of go.
For the
like,
weekend, some, like,
Yeah.
if you're coming to your property for one weekend,
Yeah.
you don't need one, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, when you have a large venue of people.
But if you have, let's say, 10 families and 10 trailers, all
And-
with their own
and
internal septic.
40 kids.
All the, right. Well, I hope they don't pee outside.
Behind hydrant, yeah.
Better give
I
us
would
the
never.
motion.
Okay, yeah, they were.
So then-
I'm over, did you get it? Yeah, I'm over in a second there.
And we'll have an amendment to the bylaw coming forward at some future council meeting.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can put that. So moved by Councillor Corbett, seconded by Councillor McInnes, that the property known as 425 Brother Glen Line be granted a special weekend permit for the family celebration with a porta potty for the weekend of August 14th, 2026, with multiple trailers on site at no cost. And further, that an amendment to the trailer bylaw be presented at a future council meeting.
All in
Do you
favor?
have the subject, the board on there? Okay.
Carry. Okay, now can we have the correspondent?
No, sorry.
Rejection.
Resolutions to be considered for adoption, item number 10.
It's a repeat of
Yeah.
number.
Oh, I was skipping a few. Okay, could I have a mover and seconder, please?
Moved by Councillor Clark, seconded by Councillor Corbett, that council for the Township of Bonnfield hereby adopts bylaw 2026-30, being a bylaw to govern procurement policies and procedures for the Township of Bonnfield as presented and is considered read 3 times and passed this 23rd day of June, 2026.
All in favor? Carried. And then we're going to the fire.
Next is govern the proceedings of council, first and second reading.
Okay,
Item 10B.
okay. Mover and a seconder, please.
Moved by Councillor Clark, seconded by Councillor Corbett, that bylaw 2026-31, being a bylaw to govern the proceedings of the council of the Township of Bonnfield, be read a first and second time in open council this 23rd day of June, 2026, as presented.
All in favor? Carried. Next, we have bylaw 2026-32. Mover and a seconder. Please.
Moved by Councillor McInnes, seconded by Councillor Corbett, that council for the Township of Bonnfield hereby adopts bylaw 2026-32, being a bylaw to establish administrative monetary penalties for the Township of Bonnfield as presented and is considered read 3 times and passed this 23rd day of June, 2026.
All in favor? Carried. Next, we have the bylaw for the fire permits and fees. Mover and a seconder.
Moved by Councillor Corbett, seconded by Councillor McInnes, that council for the Township of Bonnfield hereby adopts bylaw 2026-33, being a bylaw to establish fire permits and fees for the Township of Bonnfield as presented and is considered read 3 times and passed this 23rd day of June, 2026.
All in favor? Carried. Now, can I have the correspondence?
Yes.
So I would like B, D, and G. So that is National Dental Day. And D is opposition to the changes to FIPA. And G is a sustainable provincial grant funding for fire services in Ontario.
Okay.
Good.
Why not G?
She did say, Donna did say.
Oh, you
G.
said G,
Yeah.
okay.
Move in a seconder.
Mover and a seconder.
Moved by Councillor Corbett, seconded by Councillor McInnes, that council receives the correspondence circulated with the agenda of June 23rd, 2026, and further that council supports the following items, B, D, and G, and further that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the appropriate ministries, the originator of the proposal, and MPP Vic Fideli and or MP Pauline Rochford.
All in favor? Carried. Any closed session?
None for this evening?
May we have the confirmatory bylaw and a mover and a seconder, please?
Moved by Counselor Clark, seconded by Counselor McInnes, that the council for the Township of Bonfield hereby adopts bylaw 2026-29 to confirm the proceedings of council from June 9th, 2026 to June 23rd, 2026, as presented and is considered read 3 times and passed this 23rd day of June, 2026.
All in favor? Carried. Just before we have the adjournment, I want to remind the people once more,
About
Canada
Canada
Day
Day?
is next week. And don't forget to come out. We're having cake,
Hot dogs?
hot dogs,
We're having a dress-up contest.
and a dress-up
Right?
contest,
Yeah,
music,
yeah, a magician.
magician.
Duck race?
Yes, the duck race. Anything
A
else?
games trailer?
Fireworks?
Fireworks. That's what I like is the
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah, the game trailer, like that's gonna be pretty neat. It's
Yeah.
like 26 consoles.
Yeah.
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 So just a reminder to the people out there and to reminder to you guys, that's only next week.
Yes. I'm
We
looking
have
forward
no
to it.
more meetings.
No.
Okay,
Next Wednesday.
so could I have a mover and a seconder?
Moved by Counselor Clark, seconded by Counselor McInnes, that this meeting be adjourned at 7:31 PM.
All in favor? Carried. And I'd like to close our meeting and say goodnight to everybody.
And we'll see you
Thank you.
Canada Day.
I'll see you Canada Day. Yeah, don't forget.